Ship-specific familiarization. The new crew members joining the ship must be aware of their obligation regarding the use of equipment, security, and safety on board. The main purpose of familiarization is to introduce new personnel to important safety procedure on board emergencies and proper use of ship technology. The master shall appoint a qualified person responsible for training the new members of the crew. The main aim of the familiarization training is therefore to make the new crew aware of important safety procedures that are to be carried out on ships while working or during an emergency. The officer in charge of the training will train the new crew with regards to the masterly's guidelines on how to tackle all kinds of emergencies on board the specific ship. Documents and publication of ships including SOLAS and MARPOL. Ship's fire control plan. Use of the different types of firefighting and life-saving appliances that are available on board and their specific duties on board. In addition, the officer should also ensure that the new crew member know the following: location of escape routes and different types of alarm on board the ship. Duties in the master list during emergencies. Location of life jacket and immersion suit. Location of his or her cabin along with the location of the nearest escape route and procedure of operate fire extinguisher. Operation of the fire and water tight doors, fifth on shift and instruction on shift drill and procedure to raise an alarm in case of an accident of emergency. Basic safety familiarization. The International Convention on Standard or Training Certification and Watchkeeping for Seafarer require that seafarer be provided with familiarization training and basic safety training, which includes basic firefighting, elementary first aid, personal survival techniques, and personal safety and social responsibility. This training is intended to ensure that seafarers are aware of the hazard of working on a vessel and can respond appropriately in emergency. According STCW, the STCW 95 code requires that you take this 5-day course of instruction. This course has to be renewed every 5 years or under certain conditions. You have to show that you have at least 1 year of service on board vessel of 200 GRT or more within the last 5 years. The components generally includes a fire prevention and firefighting course of 2 days, a personal survival technique course of 1.5 days, a personal safety social responsibility course of half a day, and first aid CPR basic first aid course of 1 day. Basic safety is the starting point for persons seeking employment in the maritime industry. Training is meant for all the crew members of a ship. For example, for people that work in the commercial shipping branch on passenger ships, fishing branch of, or even in the private branch for people who possess of seaworthy ship. During the STCW and BST training, you will learn skill you will need to working or living on ship, such as fire prevention, first aid, and personal survival technique. Basic offshore safety, induction, and emergency training or training is designed for marine personnel intending to work on an offshore installation in the UK maritime sector and forms part of the common offshore safety introduction process. Security familiarization. The familiarization training is performed by the shipping security officer or an equally qualified person and provides guidance for the shippers so that they are at least able to report a security incident, know which of procedure to follow when they recognize a security threat. That's all, sir. Thank you, sir.